going on, everybody? This is the world's famous wrestling podcast. Yes, it is the Royal Club Wrestling Podcast. We are back on the YouTube. You know, back on the in the scene in the studio. I am the Ace, aka El Idolo, aka the podcast Maharaja. Y'all know a little Spanish. I know. yo. Before you know how long I was trying to figure out what the hell that meant. I did so many Google searches trying to figure out what that meant, so I know what it means now. So I'm good.
You good now?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Because you didn't want to refer to yourself as something.
Yeah, I didn't know what the hell that was. I'm like, what is that? Like, you know.
He is I am the podcast tribal chief, better known as the franchise.
Yeah. So what's going on with you, bruh?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
That's good.
I can't even say it. You know what? I feel like every time we do a pod, we always say it's a lot of shit.
It is. That's true.
And we got some shit to get into.
Yes.
We are recording this right now. Elimination Chamber was today. It just passed probably about like maybe 2 hours ago. I haven't watched it. I know you probably
I didn't watch it because I was busy running around.
But we did get the results, so we do know all that happened. You want to run by that real quick?
Yeah. From what I saw, that I remember, because like I said, I don't have my phone with me, and I don't have, so
I know the results.
Yeah, Brock won Elimination Chamber. Bobby Lashley had a concussion.
Right.
He got concussed. I saw what happened. How he got concussed. So
I didn't see that. So
yeah. So he got concussed. So he's he said he's on his way back to America soon to get more evaluated on that. Roman Reigns, of course, beat Goldberg. We knew that was going to happen.
Took Brandon. Not only did he take him out, he choked him out. That's worse than getting the spear and the Superman punch. That is
just tapping out, or even just tapping out.
That's getting choked out.
Yeah.
Your man went night-night.
Yes, he did. Yeah, Roman Reigns made Goldberg go night-night. Had to put down Old Yeller.
Acknowledged him.
As we call him. Who else? Bianca Belair won. That was not my pick. Bianca Belair won the Women's Elimination Chamber. Drew McIntyre to beat Madcap Moss, and the speedy recovery or whatever. Hope everything is okay with Riddick Moss because he took a nasty fall. It was sick.
Spill.
Yeah, it was on his neck.
Yes.
Neck area. So hopefully he's okay. What else? We had Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. I believe Rey Mysterio won that one. You said the Usos. The Usos and the Viking Raiders?
Viking
Raiders?
Yep.
Yeah, so the Usos won that. What else happened?
Becky,
my bad. Becky and Lita. Becky won that one. So pretty much, like, I think most of the picks.
Charlotte.
Oh, yeah, Charlotte and
Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville lost to Naomi and Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey came out with her gi. The blue gi. But I did like the look, but I understood why. Like
because they have to, the women.
They had to cover up and stuff like that. But it's just like, I wish she had something different on this instead of the gi. But I guess it works. Whatever, it is what it is. And like I said, Ronda being like, I like badass Ronda.
Yeah.
It's just like something about certain people. It's just like the smiling and kicking and stuff like that. It's cool. But it's like, I like to see you, if you're a badass, like, I think the perfect person to be like, I'm sorry, I'm going off script, but the perfect person that's a badass, but that's like showing his personality is like Brock. Right. Like, you're scared of Brock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that's why it's good for him, because like, he's joking, but in like a split of a second, he can go
and give you that look like I'm about to kill you.
Like I said, like, he's like the psychopathic killer. Like,
is he kind of like the wrestling version of Mike Tyson?
To a degree.
Because Mike Tyson could joke around with you. You could probably smoke weed with Mike and just be having a good ass time. Yeah. But Mike would, he'll do something.
Like Hangover.
Yeah.
Like, he'll start doing the ding 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 ding, and then he can start singing, and next thing you know, bang
bang, right. You're like,
right.
He still got it.
So what else happened? I think that's it for the chamber as far as the results go. Yeah. So we do know now that it is official.
Champ versus champ.
champ versus champ.
Title versus title?
I don't know if it's title for title, but somebody said that because of Bobby's injury, it could be a possibility that Brock pulls a doubleheader where Brock faces Bobby night 1 and then night 2 faces Roman. That possibly could happen. But because it leaves you wondering, like now, like I said, where does this leave Bobby now?
Right.
You know, where does this leave, for example, like, you know, what's going to happen with Big E now?
Man, I think Biggie's been he was the sacrificial lamb, unfortunately, for the greater purpose of the, you know, WrestleMania.
Right. But what I've been hearing a lot about during this chamber is Austin Theory showed out. Like, apparently he stole the chamber. Yeah. Like, it was him and Brock was the last two.
Yeah.
So from what I heard he really
this was talented.
This was his coming out party.
Yeah, he's talented. He's most definitely talented in the ring and stuff like that. I just think, like, I don't know, man. I just don't like the gimmick. The gimmick ain't really working for me. I need something different.
Well, remember, think about Randy Orton when he first came.
Yeah.
You know, and he got the injury when he was doing the Randy Orton report, when he was like, I'm not, he's like 33.7% ready.
Yeah, I remember
like
all that.
Stupid gimmick, you know.
Stupid. It was so stupid.
So you always got to have that stupid, like, kind of
stupid phase.
Yeah, before they, you know, get serious with the roles.
Right. And I didn't even say something serious. It's just like something just different. Like the thing, it's cool for him right now, but I think when you talking like main eventing or doing something with a title or something like that, or whatever the case may be, just being in that spotlight, I want to, like, that's kind of, I think it's just different. Like it's different from like Riddle, because I feel like Riddle, that's character that fits Riddle. Right. You know, Austin Theory, that character fits him, but it's like I kind of want to see like I don't know. I just think he got something else there that I want to see kind of like switch. You know?
Even though this character is a carbon copy of Tyler Breeze.
But you know what? Tyler Breeze to me did it better though.
He did.
Tyler Breeze did it better. Tyler Breeze did Prince Pretty, and he had the best gimmick. Like, that gimmick was dope. I don't care what nobody says about Tyler Breeze. That gimmick was dope as hell.
Right.
Dude, like the Zoolander-ish type thing with the cell phone, with the selfie stick. He had the selfie stick.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? And he killed it. He was gifted in the ring too. He was talented too. He just never. I think his best run was with Fandango. He had that, so that was probably like it for him. But Austin Theory right now is getting that spotlight. I mean, like I said, they need the talent. They need the people. So
yeah. So Chamber is officially done.
Done and over with. Successful show in Saudi.
So now there's nothing, right? It's just WrestleMania now. Because I don't think they said anything after.
Because April's
Mania.
April's Mania.
But then you have March.
After Mania is
WrestleMania Backlash.
WrestleMania Backlash. And I think March might not be nothing, but I heard they was bringing back Saturday main event. I heard they was bringing that back. So I don't know if that's going to be in March or they're just going to be like, yo, we just go straight. Straight through March and just like have nothing.
It'll be dope if they just straight didn't do a pay-per-view in March.
Yeah.
Because then there's nothing, it's strictly
the storyline, just working
building up
for Mania and stuff like that. Yeah.
So speaking of Mania, we all know that WrestleMania weekend, Hall of Fame. And
this is the first inductee, am I correct?
First inductee.
Right.
The gong has been set off, and it's no brainer. Like, it's in Dallas.
It's in Dallas, right? Exactly.
He's from Texas.
Yes, sir.
The Undertaker, the Phenom,
right,
is being inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Mark
Calloway. Long overdue. But you know what? I think that because, you know, we had Flair that was inducted and Flair was still wrestling.
Active, yeah.
Yeah. And Kurt Angle.
Flair's still out here wilding.
Yeah, he's wilding now.
Yeah.
But I think that Taker wanted to be like, all right, you know what? Let me be officially done. Let me just say, yeah, this is it for me. And then now let's do this one.
Yeah. So, and it's in Texas.
Yeah. Which I realized they were doing that for certain people. Like I know when Warrior got inducted, it was in New Orleans, and he has ties to New Orleans. But yeah, well deserved. You know,
exactly.
We've already gave our flowers to Undertaker because he's.
Is it at that first retirement he did? Remember when he put all the stuff in the ring and we thought he was done, and then he came back like that next WrestleMania to fight like John Cena or something like that. Yeah.
No. It was Bray.
That was. When he put the stuff down, took the stuff off and he put it down, that was Cena. That was Cena.
You're right, because the streak, when the streak was broke, he came back and fought Bray.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was Cena. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, man, congratulations to Mark Calloway. Yeah. The dead man, the phenom. Big Evil.
So many names.
Right. So
American
Badass. So yeah, but that's the news, but that's not the news in the wrestling world.
Right.
Cause
we talk about Austin?
No.
Going to Austin?
No.
Oh, is this what you? Cause this is what the thing I was gonna say. I was gonna get on you about.
This to Cody.
Yes. Now listen, guys. Listen. How I read this in my mind was when you sent it and I'm reading it. I'm like, yo, he taking shots.
How?
Because you was just like, okay, I gotta look down real quick at the notes. It says break. Okay. What does this move say about AEW? Is everything all good in AEW?
Oh, okay.
It's just the way, the tone, reading it in my mind, the tone was like, ha, fuck y'all.
No.
Down.
Okay.
In my mind, yo, WWE like flagship was just like, you was waving the banner like, yeah, victory is ours and stuff that.
Okay, so let me explain why it was worded like that.
The way you worded it was, I was like, yo, he taking shots.
No, because I was just listening to Busted Open.
Yeah.
Listening to Busted Open podcast, right? Shout out to Bubba, Dave LaGreca, Tommy Dreamer, Mark Henry, Gabby. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And Bubba was like, this is the first time that we're hearing of possible rumbles in AEW, where everybody thinks AEW is perfectly ran and everything's fine behind the scenes. Everybody's like, oh, AEW is the place to be in this, that, and the third. And now you're seeing that there's chinks in the armor of AEW. It's not a jab at AEW, but it's like
it's just the way I read it. I was like, he's taking jabs.
But it's like, okay, so now we realize that now there's like the same possible maybe tension that may be there, because Bubba's like, I know things behind this. Like, I've talked to people behind the scenes that can attest that it's not all what it seems like within AEW. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm saying it now. And then with you seeing that Cody's left, and now there's all these different speculations and rumors. He wanted X amount of money, and they couldn't give it to him.
Oh, he told Tony Khan didn't want to give it to him.
Yeah,
They're saying he didn't want to give him whatever money he was looking for.
I seen that Tony Khan was like, he can't re-sign all these talent. So now you're stuck in a position where it's like, okay, once these contracts start hitting, I know Jericho resigned. Yeah, I know, but he got his extension. Yeah. But all the other people,
they were saying, like, I remember like watching, like reading an article. He said the same thing. He was like, unfortunately, I can't sign all these people. And look at all the people he done signed within like the last year. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you got all these people that he done signed, but I just find it funny that people are like, well, Cody and Brandi left. Now it's big trouble in AEW, all this other stuff like that. But I just feel like, and I understand where people are coming from, that Brandi and Cody was in the beginning stages of AEW was just kind of like an idea. Right. You know what I'm saying? And he built it up. Right. But I just felt like Cody leaving isn't like a big loss because I just felt if this was like Omega or the Young Bucks or something like that, I would think like, okay, that's a big loss. Right. Cody and Brandi leaving to me is not really a big loss. I hate all the hate that they received while they were at AEW. Now they're leaving AEW. Everybody like, well, Cody's going back to WWE. Everybody's now on Cody's jockstrap. Like, oh man, Cody's it's gonna be great and all this other stuff like that. It's just like. And then, like I said, the rumors that I heard was like Cody had control of like booking or something like that because his father was a booking, right? And so he wanted kind of like to carry that tradition. And then Tony Khan was like, okay, I'm gonna take the reins and I'm gonna do the booking. I'm pretty much Tony Khan was like, I want to be like the Vince McMahon of AEW and kind of like do what Vince does. A lot of stuff. You know, he did a lot of stuff. You know, so Tony Khan kind of wanted to do the same thing or whatever like that. And Cody, he was like, that really hurt Cody. That crushed Cody when he took that from him. Mm-hmm. You know, so Cody was just like, okay. But now it's kind of weird though, like you going back to WWE and you're rumored to go back to WWE. They say it might be a shoot or whatever, like work or shoot, whatever, about him. He could re-sign with AEW, and it might be he just pulling everybody's leg. He's gonna come back, be the super heel, whatever like that, you know. But they say it's about creative control. You're gonna go back to WWE, where you're not gonna have no control. Well, you're really not gonna have a lot of control over your own shit.
Well, a lot of people are saying that it's a possibility of him, if he does go back, have some kind of role within NXT. You know, which I mean. I don't know. I don't know how I would feel about that. It would have been perfect. Like a perfect scenario would have Cody come back and do something with Tripp.
Right.
That would be ideal.
What you mean do something with Tripp? Like do like a wrestling thing? Like wrestle Tripp? Or like
storyline, yeah.
A storyline with Tripp because that. But I said that too. But I said I believe that too.
In a perfect world, obviously Triple H is with his health
and everything. Like
you know, they pretty much said like it might be
it's done. Yeah,
it might be a wrap for him.
So but another thing too is like when people was like, well, Vince, not Vince, Cody leaving. Mm-hmm. Everybody was like, is there trouble in AEW? This, that, and the third. And so when I read the notes and I was thinking about you, like, oh, here Charles is just so happy, he's smiling from ear to ear, just super happy. But I'm like, but when Shane McMahon you fire your own son, right? You let go of your own son. I'm like, dog, keep that same energy because Vince McMahon got rid of his own son,
right?
His own son, bro. Shane on back.
But there's always been, and they were talking about that. David LaGreca and Bubba was talking about that. And they were saying, and this kind of can go into the conversation with NXT that you wanted to, that's on the agenda. Shane has a vision for the WWE that is opposite of what Vince wants. Yeah. Same with Triple H. Triple H has a vision for the WWE that is opposite of what Vince wants.
Right.
Which is going to always cause a problem.
Right.
So, but then there's like there's that nuance or that little, I seen Tony say something about how he feel like there's some announcement that he has coming up.
Yeah, he always got an announcement. Tony Khan,
right? But it's like he's saying like, yo, there's this announcement and it's gonna shake things up, or it's not gonna shake things up, but it's gonna be a big announcement, but it's not gonna be what people may think it is, but it's still gonna be a massive announcement. So I'm kind of interested to see what is gonna happen with them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know you say that I waved the flag and all this other stuff.
No, I'm telling you, dog, I read that. I was like, yo, this man is like, this man is.
No. But I will say, will say, you know, I like what I'm seeing from them.
Yes.
You know I talked about the storytelling.
Yeah.
But I do like some of their stories.
There's some stories. I said, Charles.
I like the MJF. I like the MJF and CM Punk story. Joint, you know, I like the Bryan Danielson,
John Moxley joint. The MJF and Wardlow. You got that situation brewing.
I can see that, but I'm not as.
Oh, you're not as invested as I am.
No. Yeah, it's like I watch it, but it's like I don't really go into the meat and potatoes of the show. Right. You know, I do know, like I have an idea of what Adam Cole is doing. Yeah. You know, and I really want to get into the Malachi Black.
The House of Black story.
Yeah, like I really want to get into that because then apparently they're saying that Buddy Murphy is their like
the third member of the House of Black and
that
stuff
promo
like that.
They had. I love this gimmick that they're not. Well, I love
that was supposed to be
doing.
His gimmick when the dark. He called it what, the Dark Father. He was called the Dark Father and stuff like that. But okay. So what I think ultimately, I don't feel like Cody is a big loss. I don't feel like Cody and Brandi is a big loss. I think AEW is like every company got. Every company, like you see WWE had the issues. WWE is going to be around for forever. You know what I'm saying? WWE is not going nowhere. AEW is a newer company. You know, like you say, you can't sign everybody, whatever like that. You know what I mean? And maybe Cody might, maybe this might be best for Cody's career. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like I said, when Cody left and went to the independents, he really built himself up to be like this guy in the indies or whatever like that. And like I said, had a good run in AEW, 3-time TNT champion. Right. You know what I'm saying? Really put on for a lot of people. I mean, he's quite sure going to be missed, but I don't think it's like the end all to be all for AEW. I just feel like that's ridiculous. That's the ridiculous thing where everybody's like, there's a lot of people like, oh man, it's over. Like, no, it's not. Like,
it's not. But there's certain people that I'm kind of just like, I like just relax, Yeah. Like there's one that was kind of just like he tweeted and was like, I woke up and I was hoping that this was not real, like that this is a work and this is not actually happening and things like that. I'm kind of just like, it happened. Yeah. We just don't have to wait and see what happens from here. I can't see a situation where Cody is going to immediately do something with the WWE. Right. I know apparently the word around the universe, wrestling universe is Brandi. If Cody goes, Brandy's not going. Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah. So if that's the case, then I'm just interested to see in what role, if Cody does come back, is he coming back to? Right. Because like you said, creative control. If you want creative control, that's not the place you want to be like that. He'll have some say, but I don't think he's going to have all the say. Like I said, the Triple H thing most definitely would have made sense if Triple H was there. That would have been a good story, especially for WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? You really had to build it that much. He can refute with Randy. But I heard Randy was taking a break. No, but we don't know. We don't know when it's going to happen. We don't know when. But if Cody resigns and stuff like that, yeah, he can feud with Randy. Yeah. I mean, there's a few people that I can see him getting in the ring with. Yeah, and do some stuff. NXT might be a good move for him too, though. Yeah, NXT might be a good spot. Yeah. But because let's think about it. Dolph's there. Dolph appeared. Yeah, and. I was surprised, but in a sense I'm not, because I know Finn talked about it, and I know a few people from NXT was talking about it in the past where they were like they want this open door cross brand, type of thing, where not old but seasoned vets can come back there to kind of like get a kind of like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, because Dawkins talked about that. I was listening to his podcast and Angelo Dawkins talked about. He said we one of the OGs of NXT or FCW, whatever the case, whatever it's called back in the day. So he was like, man, I'd love to come back down there and do something with somebody. So, but it's we have to wait and see.
Yeah, So I know that's a big thing. But going back to the AEW. All elite.
That's what I'm saying, man. Y'all can't be worrying about little old Cody. We got a 300-pound beast in Keith Limitless Lee.
My man in his glory.
Yes. My man hit the bang, the pose on him.
Listen, that was the one return, or that was the one debut that I was genuinely happy for.
Right.
I was genuinely happy to see my man back. And you could just see, like, when he came out, it's like he wanted, like, you could see, he had a smile on his face. Like, he was happy to be, like, I don't want to say home, but back in wrestling.
I think he was happy that he was himself.
Yes.
Again. Like, you know what I mean? Because WWE does change a lot of things, and I'm quite sure he was, I'm going to try and make this Bearcat thing work.
Right.
All this other stuff like that.
And he said it. He was like, I'm really going to try to make this work. And I remember he was tweeting about it and everything. So.
Yeah. But it's like, dude, like I said to me, when he debuted, like, you ain't really had to do nothing to change Keith Lee. Keith Lee was good as he was, whatever like that. And that's what I feel like about a lot of kids. Now I can understand like, as far as development, I can see in the future, okay, Keith Lee might change something up. But maybe like in the beginning, you don't really need to change something up. Aleister Black, a lot of these cats that come up, you don't really need to change. Bo Dallas, when he came up, he was still, Bo Dallas had a great character. Right. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of guys, you ain't got to change nothing up. Like I said, further down the line, you might want to change some stuff up. So Keith Lee, I just felt like they shouldn't have changed him like that. I don't think he wasn't even on main roster that long.
He wasn't.
You know what I mean? And he changed it up. So so him being in AEW is, like I said, I could be myself. Everybody knows Keith Lee, Limitless. And he said a fan or something like that did the logo. Like a fan made that logo. He got that logo. He's like, I think he shouted him out on Twitter or something like that. He was like, he liked that logo. So
it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
So do you think with him being there, and congratulations to Keith Lee on his marriage.
Yeah, me and him. Yeah.
Is she gonna show up?
Man, I would love for her to show up. I would love for me and him to show up.
I would too.
She hasn't wrestled in like a year, I think, or something like that. She hasn't wrestled in a minute.
She hasn't, and I don't know if because I believe they moved.
Yeah, they left Florida not that long ago.
Yeah, so I don't know where they're at now, but I mean that's not for us to find out, for us to know. But I'm interested to see what happens with her, because I know she said, like, I remember she was tweeting out a lot and saying how, hey, I'm looking forward to March, because I know March, she said, was her time where she's gonna be coming back into the joint. So I'm gonna be very interested to see what she does. I would love to see her in AEW.
That'd be great for the women's division in AEW, with especially her and like Jade Cargill. That'd be a good feud, dude. Her and Britt Baker, her and just anybody on that roster, dude. And I think it's just like, man, it's just like I say, AEW is just a breath of fresh air. Like I said, it's gonna have its dramas, it's gonna have its problems and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna wave my flag, you go wave your flag, and I know we can all be good.
And I know people out here, I know y'all think that I hate AEW. I don't hate AEW. I do not hate AEW. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but you know where my heart is. Home is where the heart is.
Yeah.
And WWE is right here.
Right.
Right here.
Understandable. I can't get mad at you for that. But okay, would you say, like, what do you think, like, what do you expect from Keith Lee in AEW?
Now that I don't know, because and that's where it gets tricky for me, because they only have the heavyweight title and the TNT title.
Yeah.
So
tag team titles and
the tag team titles, but it's like
FTW title that
right.
You know what I mean? Don't really care
so
about that.
It's obviously I want him in the heavyweight conversation, the heavyweight title picture, but I know theirs is based on
Possible record. Yeah, but
even though Brian Danielson,
Lance Archer, I think his name is the dude, the big dude that just wrestled Hangman Page, came out of nowhere.
Well, he had a record, but then he got written
He wasn't there.
I don't even know what happened to him.
I don't even know what happened to him either. He just got a title shot.
Right. So it
was weird, but I think, I got a question for you. I know like I said, we like to go off script. Do you feel like a title justifies anything? If you're a wrestler and you're like, well, you got to win a title. If you move to this company, you got to win the title to justify your legacy, whatever like that. Can you just be like, I'm just here to have a good time. I'm having a good run. I'm having good matches.
Well, what
I mean?
This goes to the Stone Cold infamous saying, or Triple H, if you're not here for the title, what are you here for? And that's kind of like the mindset that all the wrestlers have.
Right.
Even when you listen to their interviews, they be like, if you're not here to get the heavyweight title, I always dreamed about. Matter of fact, I was just watching Montez Ford's interview with
Ryan Satin. Ryan Satin, yeah.
And he was saying how, my mom shows me pictures because they were talking about his solo, what's the chances? And he was like, yeah, like I remember my mom shows me pictures of me holding the heavyweight title. And that's always something that you want to go for. So I think that it does do something for them.
No, I'm just saying as a fan, do you feel like when Big E had the title and he lost it, now, like I said, there's a possibility that Big E can always get the title back, whatever like that. But, like, if he didn't get the title back again or something like that, or if Woods, I feel like Woods would be a good heavyweight. If
Woods is the best example.
Right. Would it affect him in any way? How you look at him?
Okay.
Maybe on a fan tip, like how you look at him, or you feel like,
no,
man, you know what? He ain't win the title, but dude had a hell of a career. Man, he had great matches and this, that, and the third. He did win like a lot of the mid-cardish
in that
run.
In that perspective, no. I don't think that a title would do anything because Woods, for example, is gonna go down. He's gonna be Hall of Famer. But even before then, like when he was in TNA and he was doing his run in TNA, he was good. He didn't win it. I don't think he won a title there, but he was still good. So it all depends. I mean, certain wrestlers, once they hit that mark, then it's like we want to see them with the title because we want that legacy kind of cemented for them.
Right, like with Kofi winning.
With
Kofi winning it.
Because you were very big on Kofi getting a title push.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I said he was a Hall of Famer without it, but that would have just cemented him as a Hall of Famer.
Right.
And the same like with Dolph. Like Dolph got like two. But you forget that Dolph had two.
Right.
Won it like twice and stuff like that.
Because it kind of goes out of sight.
In and out. And Miz got two. You know what I'm saying? So, I was just thinking about that if Keith Lee, would Keith Lee be looked at differently?
The one that I would say needs it, but if he doesn't get it, I don't think it'll do him any damage.
Cesaro?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Cesaro is the one that needs the title, but if he doesn't get it, it's not going to do his career, his legacy, anything, but it's going to be like that Marino.
Yeah.
Like he's great, but he's just...
That one day.
Yeah. Or Barkley. Yeah. Or Ewing.
Yeah. We could go a lot of ball players. We could go at athletes all day.
Yeah.
Jim Kelly. We could go Buffalo. Talk about Jim Kelly. So
I didn't watch NXT Vengeance Day.
Me neither.
Okay, so...
But I do know who won.
I got a... Okay, you could go, because I don't know.
Well, all right. Well, Braun Breaker retained. Pretty much Toxic Attraction retained. Carmelo Hayes retained. What's my man name? Pete Dunne won. And I think there was one more match. I think that was it. Because usually NXT
the Dusty Classic.
Oh, the Creed brothers? I rock with them. Dudes, they won. So you just like, he was like, who? All right. The Creed brothers I rock with these dudes. I did like, listen, I want to just say I apologize to Roderick Strong and Diamond Mine. I thought this was going to be terrible, a terrible faction when he brought this together. Now I'm like, these dudes, the Creed brothers, I like them. Roderick Strong, he got, his resume is solidified. You know what I mean? He's a good wrestler and all this other stuff like that. They got Michael Bevan, whatever like that. The black dude, the manager, whatever like that. They got him. They got a girl on their team. I forgot the lady name. But Creed brothers, dudes is nice. Dudes is nice on the tag team tip. I love to see them on the not even they don't want to screw main roster stuff. Just let them either they could go to Raw, SmackDown, stay at NXT, whatever like that. But feud with get something going with the Usos or the New Day or the Street Profits or something like that. The Viking Raiders. These dudes is nice.
Okay. So I like I said, I didn't see. I haven't really been in NXT 2.0. But you brought up a question on pre-production outline, things like that, where it was, do you think that NXT 2.0 is living up to Vince's vision?
It was a question that I saw that I stole. That I stole. And it was like, if NXT 2.0 is what Vince imagines his superstars to be, then because we'll feel like NXT 2.0 is trash. We'll be like, this sucks. This ain't the best product or whatever like that. I missed the black and gold. That was NXT for us, whatever like that. Especially that time period when it was like Ricochet, Aleister Black, Velveteen Dream, and all this other stuff. Like, that year, it was like, this is like the best year in wrestling for NXT. And NXT was really taking off. But if that's the vision that Vince, in his mind, wants his wrestlers to be, then is NXT 2.0 a success and is living up to what Vince wants to see? And I think it's a yes.
I will agree too. I mean, I haven't watched as much, but just from the highlights that I've seen, I do agree that it is. I can tell that the chant Braun Breaker is Vince's idea,
right?
Mandy Rose is his vision of that champ,
right?
The tag team champs are.
Is it Imperium? Didn't Imperium win the titles?
Yeah. I feel like I haven't really seen much of Gunther, Walter.
Yeah.
Since he came there and since they changed his name. Mm-hmm. So I really don't know. I do believe he's about to feud with the Usos brother.
Yeah, he's on there too. I forgot he's on there. He's on the roster too. And he got I think who was the girl? Because it was Xia Li, and it was a guy, and it was the girl that was kind of like the empress, the empress or something like that. And her character, I love her character now. She's like this. She sleeps a lot. She wears pajamas and stuff like that.
That was her?
That was her. Yes, I didn't know that. Dog, that was her. That's her. Yes, dog. I heard that. I was like, yo, you got to be fucking kidding me. I did not know that. And I was like, wow. Because remember, listen, this why I was talking about the media stuff. I was like, media stuff is funny. Remember, she was sleep. There was a girl sleeping at NXT 2.0. Everybody was like, oh, this NXT 2.0 sucks. This is why you got fans sleeping in the crowd. That was her. That's her gimmick. That's what she does.
Wow. Cause I remember seeing her in the ring. That was who is this? She did the whole she got an elbow drop when she when
she's yes, that's her. That's her.
Wow.
Right. Follow her on Instagram. She a cutie too.
Wow.
Yes.
That's wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Took all that stuff off. It's yo.
Speaking of beauty.
Yes.
Speaking of beauty, you posed a very interesting question.
Yes.
And I'll let you kind of ushered this question into the fold because I have my response to this.
Yes.
But I'll let you go.
Yeah, so my question was, WWE has a new superstar on their roster that they called up from NXT, and her name is Aaliyah. And I'm like, yo, Aaliyah's beautiful, right? She's a very attractive young lady, right? So, but I was just like, yo, is she kind of like too pretty? Because I'm like, she reminds me of, and that's not a knock or nothing like that. That's not like a diss, because I'm just thinking like, I'm like, you so pretty, like, why is you wrestling? Like, you know what I mean? But I'm like, but it just reminds me, she reminds me of the Diva era. Not saying that none of the women that are wrestling now aren't gorgeous or beautiful, whatever like that. You know what I mean? Like they are, but it's just like it especially how the one outfit she wears is like the pants and it's like these cut is like you see like her hips or whatever like that. And I'm just like, yo, it just reminds me of Diva era type.
Because I remember her from because I watch almost everything on the network and they had the little underground show where they were talking about all the NXT people, and she was one of those people that they kind of put a spotlight on. And just to see her transgression from where she was as like a rookie to where she is now, because even back then she was attractive, but it's like the beauty didn't hit to like now,
right?
And
it's like just like I was thinking like, would it take away from her in-ring ability? Because you might not be like, because she's wrestling Natty, and Natty's a veteran that could, that's a good person to go. Okay, you know what? You on the main roster, you want to kind of get your feet wet. Go train with somebody, like go wrestle somebody like Natty. You know what I mean? That's good.
Natty's the elder statement.
Yeah, Natty's the elder statement. So that's a good look for her. And Natty, like I said, Natty's beautiful too, everything like that. But it's just like I'm just looking at her like I'm like, damn, it just kind of like I just feel like, yo, you don't really. It's like you remind me of a diva more so. And now I'm thinking there's even a knock against being a diva, but I feel like that takes away her wrestling.
For most wrestling fans, I would probably say it is a knock because you got to remember. And there started to be a wall or a period when the Bruce Pritchard era was ushered back in, where the matches
like 2-3 minutes
started
like
hitting that, going back to those 2-3 minute matches, and then it was like, okay, now are we starting to get the women's division kind of get
that pull back again,
pull back, and now you're seeing like more attractive. I'm not going to say that because all the women are attractive, but
it's more so eye candy. It's more like an eye candy type of thing. Instead of just being like, okay, yeah, they're wrestlers, they're attractive, but they also can wrestle in the ring, and you appreciate that.
For example, NXT.
Yes.
I don't know the girl's name, but she was with. It was like when I seen it, I was like, oh, they're trying to make a new version of Hit Row with the one girl, but I don't think that she is signed with NXT.
Oh, you talking about the girl that came out that was rapping with the that she was like I think she's an artist.
She's an artist, but it seemed like she was like heavy into the in the wrestling. Like I follow her now, but because I seen like a lot of people was posting, it's like, oh, this is the vision again. This is what WWE wants. This is what Vince and Bruce want. And then you see her attire alone was just like,
oh shit,
right. And then when I followed her and I'm looking at her, I'm like, oh, I can see why they're saying that. So now it leaves me to thinking that. But here's my thing: I've always been very adamant on, as much as we hate that butterfly belt, you need to bring it back because there are female wrestlers current that would love to be the Divas champion,
right? Because
that was what brought them into the business.
Yeah,
is that Diva era? Like I remember the other
Adrian. You talking about the Funkadelics?
Yes.
Yeah, Andrea or something like that.
Yeah,
something
but
like Arian or something.
Her wrestling name was it Cameron?
Cameron, yeah.
Cameron. She was very big on that. Like, I remember her Tough Enough, and she was talking about it, and she brought up, like, I forgot when, it was a very trash ass.
Yeah, it was
match.
like Molina or something like, oh, I forgot who it was, whatever like that, but it was like, she was like, this your Triple H was like, this your match?
No, Stone Cold.
Stone Cold? Oh.
Because I remember, because there's that infamous joint when Stone Cold is sitting there, it's just like, what? Like,
yeah.
Like, and you can see he's getting real in, like, he was really pissed because he's just like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you even here? Type of thing. But it's that her, and then you got to think they was milking the term divas for a minute. They had the whole show,
Total Divas,
yeah, and they were doing everything with that.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like they should bring that belt back, because that was a whole. You can use that as a whole different
division. Yeah, even like kind of like, you know. But like, cause I remember Gail Kim. That's why I was thinking about the stigma against being a diva. Cause Gail Kim was talking about it. She was like, I think she was in that era. Gail Kim was in the Diva era.
She was kind of like towards the early stages.
Yeah, the early stages, and she kind of like, yo, she used to like. I think she said what she liked about it was the kind of like the togetherness of the divas, of the women, because they were going like those lingerie, them bikini shoots, and go to Jamaica and do all this other stuff like that. And at the time, really too, if you really think about it, a lot of women could wrestle. At the time, they just wasn't really given
the
opportunity to show they really could.
Time.
Yeah, all the time, because Gail Kim could wrestle. Melina could wrestle. Michelle McCool could wrestle. Who else? Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix is in there. She, come on, beast.
Yep. Mickey James. So they got a lot of women that Alicia Fox won, I think, the Diva Championship. So they got a lot of women that could wrestle. It's just like was just eye candy. They was just looked at as eye candy like that. So I can see where you're coming from with that. But like I said, I feel like if they did do that, they would have to bring in the Divas title back. Should somebody be like bringing back like an Aaliyah? Like, say Aaliyah got the Aaliyah 317 and you know, she's giving some time or whatever like that. But let's say once she gets a little bit more, you know, seasoned in the company, something like that, she just say, you know what, man, I heard this punk on RC Royal Club Wrestling talk shit about me and all, talk about I'm too pretty and I'm a diva. You know why I am a diva? I'm gonna bring back the Divas title. She bring that shit back. You know, bring that joint back and just like, now you got the Divas title, the Raw Women's title, the SmackDown Women's title, then you got the NXT title, then you got the tag team titles. Like, you got, you know what I mean? So the women's division is like stacked. Who the hell is the women's tag team? Oh, it's Zelina and
Zelina and Carmella, yeah.
I was like, what happened to that?
They in the cut,
right. So, I think we're about to take a sharp turn to some jackasses.
Oh, man, I like your segue right there. I like your segue.
So, congratulations goes out to Sami Zayn. He just won the Intercontinental title. Three-time Intercontinental champion. But it is being reported that Sami Zayn will be defending his title in storyline. It's supposed to lead up to the storyline with him and
Johnny Knoxville at
WrestleMania. And now I'm also hearing reports that apparently it's a tag team match at WrestleMania with Miz and a partner of his choosing against Dominic and Rey. And apparently the partner of his choosing is Logan Paul. They're trying to get Logan Paul to be in WrestleMania.
But that's WWE for you, man, with those celebrities, man.
So now we're at a point where we're having these celebrities.
But he been doing that though.
They've been doing it, but like when you get people involved in titles, that's where I get like, all right, you need to chill. You know? Because what you don't want is David Arquette.
That ain't gonna happen. Johnny Knoxville too old. Johnny Knoxville like 50-something years old, bruh. He like 50-something. But who better than Sami Zayn? and Johnny Knoxville.
It's a great thing for Sami Zayn because the character that Sami Zayn is, it will be fitting that he does this, but it's just like I don't, especially with Intercontinental title, because we know how much of it goes up and down.
Yeah, the how much that title matters.
Yes, which then a lot of people are saying that they want. I started seeing a tweet going around with Miz holding the Intercontinental title, and it was like back the last time the Intercontinental title was relevant,
right?
Was when Miz had the title,
right?
So, I'm just I wish if you did have it, don't include the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but then it's like, what's going to really be telling about that if they say, like, you know what, this is Intercontinental title, we're going to have a jackass match. So it's like, no, pretty much no disqualification. So that's going to make you feel like, oh shit, Johnny Knoxville might win the title.
Right.
Because it's going to be because there's no way. Listen, let's just be real. There's going to be no way in hell Johnny Knoxville will go beat Sami Zayn, a professional wrestler, in the ring. He's 50-something years old. And he's going to beat Sami Zayn.
Didn't Bad Bunny and Damian Priest beat?
That was a tag team. That was a tag team match. If Bad Bunny was actually training. So you talk about somebody that loved the business. He actually loves the business. He put in the training. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He did all this shit by himself. You know what I mean? He
was in the PC.
He was in the PC. So he was doing the work. Johnny Knoxville ain't go do. He not. Come on, bruh. You fit the bruh. See.
Here we go.
That's what you talk about. You wave the flag. But now you got a situation like this. You know what? I hope Johnny Knoxville win the title now, because I want to see how hard you still wave that flag. If Johnny Knoxville beats Sami Zayn, a person that nobody deserves title shots and opportunities and stuff like that more than Sami Zayn. Right. So I would love to see your excuse or anything you got to say if Johnny Knoxville beats Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title. Like Wee Man comes. Wee Man comes out and hits Sami Zayn with a low blow.
I need Sami Zayn to somehow haluva kick him.
That would be hilarious in his big head. Like, kicking.
That's what I need. Right. But speaking of just these, storylines, Kevin Owens recently cut a promo on Raw, basically talking about how Texas sucks, and now it is.
You wave your flag?
I can't wait for the flag.
Yeah, Charles, no.
I can't wave the flag for this one. He's 53 years old.
I said about Johnny Knoxville.
But Stone Cold is a wrestler. That's a Hall of Famer. The Texas Rattlesnake. I get it. We've seen this before, but I don't want to see Kevin Owens and Stone Cold.
Yo, what is that long ass ramp?
Dude,
Stone Cold gonna be tired.
They showed a photo of Stone Cold recently without no shirt,
skinny as hell.
He looks so he don't look like he has no muscle mass.
Dude, Stone Cold gonna have to put on a shirt. It's gonna be quick. If he do it, it's gonna be quick. If he do Charles, it's gonna be something quick. It's gonna be something quick. It's gonna be between, I say 5 minutes. Between somewhere in that 5 minute mark. It'll be something quick. Stone Cold can't go. He can't go in the ring. It's gonna be like Stone Cold his fans going, he still got it. He still got it. And you gonna be sitting there like, I can't believe this. I'm like, no, wave that flag. Johnny Knoxville win the Intercontinental title, and Stone Cold gonna come out there looking like Gilbert.
He really is,
bruh. But you imagine him walking down that set. He gonna be so tired by the fight. He get halfway there.
You know what they gonna do?
Give him a bike,
4-wheeler. He gonna bring that 4-wheeler back. He got to. There's no way you're walking down that step. No, there's no way. There's no way. No, get him on that.
You got that beard dude, his beard man.
Of course. He on standby. He waiting. There you go. So, before we wrap up, I know you wanted to give your flowers.
Who? Oh,
you wanted to give flowers to
I was like, who I wanted to get my Matt Cardona?
Matt Cardona.
And Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling has been around for 20 years. So shout out to Impact Wrestling. These should have been out of business a long time ago. But somehow, someway, Impact Wrestling has survived the test of time. Shout out to Impact. Still having wrestling. Still, based in Nashville, Tennessee right now. I still, like I said, I'm still hoping like they find like a guy to carry the face of the company. I feel like that's one thing they're missing. They had that with Drew McIntyre for a hot minute. They had guys like Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley reinvented himself in Impact Wrestling and stuff like that. So they had a bunch of guys. They had some guys that stopped there, kind of reinvented their career, and went back to like WWE or went somewhere else and had success elsewhere due to them being an Impact and having the freedom to do what they want to do there. A shout out to Matt Cardona, aka Zack Ryder, formerly known as Zack Ryder. Oh, radio, that dude, my man did turn a 360. He a heel Matt Cardona, always ready. Won the Digital Media Impact Championship, won the NWA Heavyweight Championship, and I think he won I think he won the GCW, some titles. He got like 3 titles.
Oh, wow.
He got like 3 titles on him that he won right now, bro. And my man is on a roll. His wife, I think, is Chelsea Green.
Yep.
Hot fire. She fire. So shout out to Zack Ryder. My man left WWE. Shout out to all the people that left WWE, that succeeded, that's out there doing anything. That's bigger, what I'm saying? WWE's the big fish there. They the big dog they the big dog in the yard. But you know what I'm saying? When you get out that yard, you get in them streets, you get somewhere else, what you gonna do? We gonna thrive. We gonna succeed. We gonna go ahead and get it done. Shout out to Zack Ryder. Shout out to Cody Rhodes, Dolph Ziggler. You deserve better. You need to get up out of there. Cesaro, you already know what to do. Call AEW, come down there. You know what time it is. AEW all day. All elite. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Just all elite. You feel me? I got to give a shout out to them. And shout out to them. WWE, you cool, you family and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You gave my boys some shine, but you already know what time it is. You know what I mean? AEW, wrestling, just wrestling, period. Wrestling, we thriving right now. You heard?
That note, you can follow us, RCW_podcast. I'm the franchise.
I'm the Ace, aka Ace El Elo.
Till next week. Or till next time, not next week.
Peace.
Till next time.
Peace.